This is the Psychic Sleuth, and today I'm going to be discussing Jesse Marie Twilight's song Crooks. Now, the only reason that I did this video, or that I chose this case, it's a very old case. It's been 18 years, and this little girl deserves justice. But she also popped in Savannah's reading, and I think it was because they're both from Kentucky, and she wanted her voice heard. So she is very direct. I don't get that a lot, but she is. And she actually came in and Savannah's reading, like I said, by announcing her name and announcing Jersey. I was not aware of who she was or what her case was. I still thought that, you know how it is sometimes, like I say, others can jump in and uh, it can be a little confusing. But going back through, she was actually very direct, and she came in at certain points to mention things. So I didn't know until I sent the auto rights, or I mean, sent the reading to someone, and they said, there's this little girl, well, not little, but teenager, um, Twilight, that was killed, and she was wearing a jersey. And that's all I knew. But see, I had already gotten that in Savannah's. You can go back and listen. So, like I was saying, in Savannah's reading, Twilight came in. I wasn't even aware. So, there's things that came in that one that I connected to her. So, it would be Twilight, Jersey, Huckleberry, Gutierrez. All fits Twilight because she brought in Gutierrez again. And Huckleberry is actually like 2 streets up from her. So, this is a reading I did on Twilight along with the syntax that my friend does validate a few things, because sometimes we like to do that, to validate and see if I'm on track. So, I also had a dream about a junkyard with the name Cherokee on it, and this was a couple weeks before, and she's of Cherokee descent, so I'm just wondering. So at first I began to tell her to slow down because she was sending me all kinds of flashes at once, eager to communicate. Also got bowling and green in a reading, which was Cheryl's, and so now I'm thinking that it belongs because of the area is Bowling Green, Kentucky. So she's showing me she's very athletic. I saw her running and showing me her calves like they were strong. She's kicking a soccer ball and scoring. So she shows me, I don't know, maybe a halfback or something, which is offense and defense. She was a rough player, very tomboyish in a way. Shows me dressed sporty and sort of comfortable with jerseys and jeans or shorts, and shorts or jeans. Her hair is down or in a ponytail. Shows me cleats. Also see her doing laps in the pool. She's very good with smooth strokes. Says she also liked basketball, I think, or showed me a basketball court. I don't know if it connects to her or him, and feel more like street ball. I don't know if she ever went to a court nearby or played, but I also see her walking a lot down to the store, and she's showing me her eating ice cream. She shows me like a park or an area with lots of trees, and then leads to stores, and I see little mom and pop stores and stuff. So I feel like it's a small town with a cityish area close by, not too big. She shows me she's a typical teen, kind of like doing things she shouldn't really do at times though, hanging out a bit more than she should. Keep seeing this man. He looks 17, 18, maybe a little older, up to like maybe 20-ish. I think he's younger than he looks. Bigger build. He has his hair's on the longer side. He can maybe do a ponytail at one time. He looks Mexican. Could be a bit of a mix, like Mexican and native, but mostly I think Mexican. He's got a deeper kind of voice with those types of Mexican accents. Like I feel like she met him out and about. Like this man she knew or met. He had watched her in some way. I see a car that looks rusty type brown. He's got windows down and watching for her. Also, the number 17 had come in randomly before, and also in the random auto write. Turns out she was found 17 miles from her home. Didn't know that till after. Believes it belongs here. Mulberry came in a few months ago. Belongs here. I keep being shown baggy clothes and tattoos. Maybe how he looks now in those checkered shorts. And now remember, okay, I need to say this because everyone is innocent until proven guilty. I do get names as connections. I'm not saying he had anything to do with it. All I know is that she gave me a full name. And the person that we found has all the matches of above. So I am trying to get a hold of the detective on the case to talk to him about it and see if maybe he can check him out to see if there's any kind of connection or anything there. He matches to the T. So, innocent until proven guilty, but I still have to say she did give me the name Alejandro Gutierrez. So his hands are big. He's a bigger guy. I feel like she actually went to meet him. She says dumb and naive. Looks like they met in a park or something like that. Feels very hidden, lots of trees, secluded area, looks dark. I don't know if she snuck out, here snuck out. Makes me feel like she wasn't supposed to be there. This was validated later. I see her talking to him, but she tries to make a move on her. She pushes him off, tells him no. I don't think she realized she was getting into. He's kind of like um, pedo in a way. He comes across, he usually likes the younger girls. I see her turn and run. He grabs her by the hair, yanks her back, tussles her to the ground. I see leaves, twigs, and hands gripping leaves and dirt. Her nails are look a bit longer, and I see dirt under them. She tries to fight. I see hands around her throat, and she's talking and about bruising somewhere. She's not showing me if she was sexually assaulted, but the feeling is there. I feel his heavy body of weight on her, and she puts up a fight. I feel like she actually scratched his neck or close to his face. There will be DNA if they were to find someone and match it. He wears his hair in like a, I don't know if he wears it in a ponytail, but it looked long enough to be in one if he wanted to. Or maybe at one time, or maybe there's a connection to someone else that wears one. Let's see, I'm shown a rose, and I think maybe be some type of gang, maybe in some type of gang or something now. So some kind of group of people that aren't great. He knows he's gotten away with it. I think maybe her head was hit as my right temple started to hurt badly. Pain, bam. Could see him or could be him or her. I feel like he's now older, like 30s. I see a wife and two kids, one boy and one girl. It's one of those deep, dark secrets he's kept. However, I do see handcuffs and jumpsuits, so it leads me to think he's been arrested before for different things, has a record, or he will be arrested for this, or it could be both. I see pot, and I think he smoked or maybe dealt drugs. I think he may have wore jerseys or still wears them. I see kind of those colors, those clothes, common ground for Twilight and him. He's a stocky build, wider shoulders. He now looks like he may have a mustache and beard. I keep seeing it starting to get gray hairs mixed in. The car, I kept being referenced to a rusty brown looking car, and it's one of those like older box cars, letter R. Number 33. I realized later that this would be her age now. 7, 4, and 5. Reference to number 10. This was huge. I didn't even realize it when I got it. So afterwards, Charlene will validate things for me, and tell me things. Well, 10 is so big that in the validation, she was found on the 10th of September. Also, she was wearing a number 10 jersey, and her birthday is in October. So that's the only name that I got, but I hear a word or name Patrick for a connection. I feel he has a nickname, some sort of nickname he's known by. Also shown basketball courts. Maybe he played around this time. I'm not sure why that kept coming in. I kept hearing Spanish in my head, and then I heard the word abruja, but that came in as a witch. So I don't really know if any of you guys else know what that means. Trying to get the way she said it was like abruja, or brujaha. I don't know. So don't laugh at me. Trying to get more, but she's fading. She's a beautiful smile, a magnetic personality, little on the wild side, she says. Very fiery spirit, very gifted in athletics department, very smart girl. Just natural at it. She loved her nationality, her native side, knew who she was, and I'm getting reference to someone getting tattooed in her honor or doing something like that. Reference to butterflies. The color blue comes in, the color purple. Later in the validations told that she had a purple watch that had gone missing. Getting something with stars. She kept showing me stars. I feel like the stars connected to the guy. Also told 2 socks and then bare feet. Feel that was her because there's something about Charlene said something about her having bare feet. Other things from Savannah's I think that fit her was the number 27. Here in Spanish, word vato. 8 from validation. She went missing August 8th. Month of September, she was found September 10th. Huckleberry Finn, 2 streets up from her is Huckleberry. Month of October is her birthday, and 9 month of September. So also I had my friend Susan do syntax, and her syntax matched switching of clothes. 8 came in her syntax, 10 came in, or 18 came in I think, and Hightower, which is the detective on the case, and that all came in her name, so that shows me that's accurate. Well, his name that I had done mentioned Rez, an Indian girl, and the number 10. 18 and 8. So it connects to her. So that was validation for me as well. And also in his name, a connection to Jill and June. So that is what I got on her. I'm thinking I may do another reading on her. I'm not for sure yet, but I really love her. I actually love connecting to her. She's a sweet, sweet girl, and she's been coming through a lot to tell me things. So with that being said, if you guys, I do feel like we have someone in mind that I'm trying to turn into the detective on the case, and I want to thank you guys for liking, subscribing, and watching. And if you guys have any validation, please let me know. You can email thepsychicsleuth@gmail.com. We're going to be starting a podcast very soon with Charlene and I. Getting that back up and going. I don't know if you guys have ever heard The Psychic Sleuth, my old one, on Spotify, but we're going to try to bring a new one up. And it's going to be fresh and new, and you guys are going to love it. So thank you very much for everything. You can also, if you want a private reading, gentlehheartreadings@hotmail.com or on Facebook. I'll see you guys later. Thank you. Till next time.